some tracks right there. And if you notice, it's almost like he's following that little, that's like the lowest point in this little valley. I thought it was just water runoff, but it looks like they're using that as a trail too. And then you come on up here, look at that rub. And there's another one. These are, it's hard to say. That could be kind of fresh. That one's older. But anyway, this is what I wanted to show y'all. I'm coming down here to drink. You have to excuse me. I'm coughing and stuff. It's about maybe 40 degrees. It's very damp out here. Okay, this water here, I thought this was water runoff. The first time I came through, I thought it was rainwater. It's actually being fed by a spring, I believe, because there's nowhere for this water to start except in the mountain right behind us. There is some rainwater runoff that'll end up down here, like I said, along this way. But as you can see, this is actually coming out here too. You can see it's coming out right under my feet. Excuse me. So there's more water up under this ground coming out. But I didn't realize that was a spring. I thought it was just rain runoff. And I come down here, I was following the rubs, and that's when I came upon this. Now some of y'all may recognize right off the bat what this is. Just imagine that being made of copper. But this one is made by somebody with far less means. They made it out of galvanized steel. That has been bashed in with a pick or a mattox, most likely by the revenuers. There's some metal barrel rings. There probably used to be some wooden barrels out here. You see how this is dug down into the ground? And it's been hit by an axe. I don't know where the rest of it is. We're going to look around a little bit, see if we can find any more evidence. But yeah, this is an early still site. This is an old moonshine still, and they were using that good clear spring water. This is a good spot. When I first, excuse me, when I first got down here, I thought maybe something having to do with gold mining. I wasn't really paying attention to how the barrel was smashed or anything like that. And I'm thinking in my head, copper for stills. Well, I got to asking around, and my dad actually happened to mention that he went to an antique store a few weeks back, and they actually had an original old still from like early 1900s, and it was made out of a galvanized feed trough. But what got me thinking at first that this was gold mining was I thought maybe that was a filled in spot where they were digging and then maybe just sifting out here. I don't know a lot about gold mining, but there are some gold mines in this park, but they're on the other side. They're actually on the maps. When you get your hiking maps, I guess people can hike out to kind of see where they were. I mean, they're probably all filled in now, but anyway, we got old barrel bands from wooden barrels. Yeah, somebody went after that with an axe and a pick, beat the hell out of it, smashed it to pieces. Those things had there's at least 2 axe hits on this side. I see some other debris. Let's see, here's another piece of metal here. I just think that's a really cool piece of history that I doubt many people even have any clue that that kind of stuff's out here. Let's see, here's an old can. Let's see what we got here. Okay, sorry. Now that's a folded seam, it looks like, and yeah, let me see that. Yeah, that's a folded over seam. So this is definitely made after the Civil War, but I believe, I can't remember if there's something having to do with them holes there. That's like how they put the product in and finally sealed it or something. That somebody can probably date it off that. So if y'all know, y'all tell me how old that can is. There's another piece, maybe. That's probably the other end of it, yeah. And that could have been a big old can of Franks and beans they was eating down here or something, I don't know. But check this out. See all that water coming out of that hole? That's another spring right there. So that's pretty cool. So I'm actually going to look around here too for native artifacts, because spring sites are they would set up camps close to springs so they'd have some fresh water, which is why I wore the muck boots today, because I was planning on getting down in here. So it's pretty awesome. Let's try not to fall down here. It's a funky little tree. I don't know what kind of tree that is. I'll show you the leaves on it. This is some interesting bark. This thing will focus. That's cool. My camera never wants to focus on what I want it to focus on. Anyway, I hope y'all thought that's cool. Understand the significance of something like that. There's no telling how old that thing is. And that could be from Prohibition days, or that could have been from the 1970s and 80s, who knows. But I'm guessing with the barrel bands, you would have had a lot of wood barrels out here. Probably a little older. Good little swimming hole. mud. Holy cow. Whew. About went down below my boot level. Can't go any further than that. Hang on. Don't need to get wet feet today. That water has zero smell to it. It is crystal clear. I'm not going to do it, but you'd probably be perfectly fine to drink it. I mean, I'm stirring up some crap now, but if I was super thirsty and lost out here, I would definitely drink the heck out of that water. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to get up there. Y'all can maybe see the water dripping in there. I don't know if y'all can. Pretty cool. Kind of surprised there's not more metal out here from that still. I may have to come back out here, start at the bottom, work my way up, because I just basically stirred all that mess up. I ain't gonna be able to see anything now. That was real smart. Smart. So anyway, there's a old 20th century still site. I thought y'all like seeing that. Made from galvanized steel. Galvanized steel for a still. Let's look around up here. Maybe there's some more remnants, you know, old mason jar lids or something. Now, if any of y'all think I'm full of crap, or y'all looking at this setup and think you know more than me, which is not unlikely, go ahead and put your ideas in the comments about what you think this is, but pretty sure it's a still. Why else put it right by a freshwater spring? Because you got to have fresh cold water to make whiskey. Oh, I see a nice rub over here. Starting to work up a sweat. The sun's getting ready to come out. That's a little bit older, but not bad. I want to find some more pieces of that still, though. Won't be long before we're gonna have to start really being careful, watching out for old Mr. Rattlesnake and old Mr. Copperhead. There's a lot of them out here. There's actually a little bit of a game trail that we're walking on right here. See some older, looks like evidence of older rubbing, like right here. That's a long time ago, a few seasons ago. But anyway, what led me to realize that this was actually a spring and not just rainwater runoff, I came back 2 days later after I found this. The rain had dried up. I was showing my daughter some of them big rubs out here, and I noticed I could still hear the water running. So I started thinking, well, that's you know, weird, because it should have stopped. And then I started looking on the maps and kind of followed the basic path of where this would go, and it ends up feeding a pond on a farmer's property, and then that drains off down to a creek that eventually leads into the Broad River. So this is just continually feeding that pond. That's pretty cool. A little bit squatchy down here. A lot of quartz over here. If I can get through all this dead tree branches. Kind of interesting. Well, I'm gonna cut this off because I think this round's gone on about 20 minutes now. I might have to do some editing. Alright, no luck on antlers, but found a bone of a deer. Y'all see how much it's been chewed up already? Look at all those little teeth marks. That's from rodents. They chew them up. I believe it's for like the calcium and stuff in it. I don't remember. Anyway, they get a benefit from eating them. That's why we want to find these buck sheds, because that's exactly what they're doing to the sheds too. Now this bone's been out here a while, but you want to find the shed before they get a hold of it. That bone was just laying there randomly, so I've seen a few rubs here and there, nothing major. We're gonna go over that way. Eventually, it's where we're headed. But there's a lot of deer activity up here on this top of this hill. Lots of acorns chewed up and eaten. Lots of scrapes. Excuse me again. Yeah, I do apologize for having to clear my throat so much. I got something going on. I don't know, doctor's trying to figure out what's going on with me, but I got some kind of like constant frog in my throat. They think it might be from acid reflux. They're trying to treat it, but my voice is just not what it used to be. It's all crackly and I don't know. I think eventually they're gonna want to run a light down my throat or whatever. You know, ear, nose, and throat doctor. I'm definitely not looking forward to that. Now, back to what we're talking about here. I did find an old bottle out here the other week on the video I didn't put out. And that bottle is probably about 100 years old or so. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but just from the way it's made, it's a very old bottle. And it was around in this area because there's a big old mason jar right there. And this, I don't believe this came from the still site. I mean, it's possible. The still site's way down there, bottom of that hill. We done walked all the way up this hill and around here. Then I came back over here, but I don't know how to date a mason jar. Oh gosh. And this is kind of big for a moonshine, isn't it? I mean, I guess you could sell it in that size, but I think most people want the quart mason jars. But anywho, I found that bottle over there. Real pretty blue bottle. I'm gonna put some video in here of it. I may even just put that clip in. I still have that clip, but check that out. Like purple and bluish green mica. That's cool. I don't see that very often. Oh, try not to fall. Cool little bug. Alright. But anyway, that bottle was, what it said on the label is Schnapps Bottling Company, Bessemer City, North Carolina. Now I know most of us think schnapps like the German drink, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a German name because it actually is Schnapps Bottling Company. And I tried Googling some information about it. Couldn't find anything. Tried, oh, holy crap, is this another one? Oh, no way. Oh, no, that's a Coke. Ooh. God, I thought I found another one. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. It's hard to look at it through my phone. Sometimes I gotta use my eyeballs. Yeah, we'll be able to date this one when we get it home. Probably not super old. Let's see where this one's from. Gastonia, right down the road. Sweet. This is about kind of where I found that other bottle, but I'm telling you, y'all, that other bottle is really old. Anyway, the reason I say that is the way it was made, the process it was made. Um, you can tell it's early 1900s, most likely, if not older. I'm gonna scan this. I'm gonna scan the ground around here, see if I can find any more bottles. Okay, patent date 1923. Where is it? Focus. It says 836, I believe. And then there it looks like that's just trash inside it. Never mind. Yeah, so I know that last one I found, it ended up being a 1920 something. I don't know about this one. That's super cool though. Love finding old bottles, especially when they're just sitting out here in the woods and you think, man, how long has this bottle been sitting here and had branches and trees fall beside it and not break it over the years, and snows and hot summers and freezing temperatures, and it made it all this time just so I could come along and pick it up. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna scan this area. And then while I was looking at that, I saw a cool bottle over here. Just sitting here. Pretty as you please. What does that say? Schnapps. Schnapps Bottling Company. Bessemer City. That's right up the road. Well, that is cool. Definitely taking that with us. And there, that's a real pretty color. Look at that. God, that's awesome. It's like aqua. That's cool. I'll have to look that up later. Just some moss in it, but that's awesome. I don't know if there's any more around here. That's an old bottle to just be sitting out here. I mean, in the middle of nowhere. Alright. Be back. Alright, I cleaned out all the crud out of it. Pretty cool. I like it. Got some fairly good sized tracks coming through here, but I'm going to take y'all across the road here and show y'all some pretty good deer activity over here. It's like when I'm scraped it right there. When I come through here the other week, there was some major scrapes and rubs right in here. Everything was wet, so it stood out a little more. It can fool you when it's wet because an old scrape will look pretty new. But again, I don't know if y'all can make this kind of stuff out, but there's a little trail coming through here, and then if you get right here, you can kind of see it. See how it's kind of like dished out, and then it runs on up through there. This kind of stuff's pretty easy to track them in, but anyway, there's a pretty good rub right there. Probably earlier in the season. Same with that. This was probably rubbing to get the velvet off. And I didn't tell y'all yet, this is probably going to be a kind of a two-part adventure today, because if we don't have much luck here, by say 1, 2 o'clock, we're going to head down the road and hit up the fields and see if we can't find us some native artifacts. That's pretty fresh right there. Look at that. It's all cleared back. Now, let me take a look at it though, because make sure this isn't turkeys. You know what, that's hard to say. There's a lot of turkeys out here too, but I don't see the little scratch marks. There's not a lot of like dirt thrown everywhere. Here's some little dried up scat. Got some sticks in my shirt, walking through all them branches. Now it's hard to say if that's a deer rubbing all the way up there. That's probably about 4 feet off the ground. I'm actually down in a ditch right now. Or if it's just that kind of peely bark, but let me get up here where I can show y'all. That's what the bark looks like. If that'll focus. And this is all shredded and pushed up. See, that's like something pushed up into it. So I would say that's a deer. If it is, it's a big one. And right underneath it, there's some more scrapes. So yeah, I'm good with that. Question is, which way did that monster go? Oh, here we go. Here we go. See, always follow the path of least resistance. Deer are kind of lazy like humans. They'll follow the easy trail. That is both deer and the tree is starting to rot away. Looks like some birds have been pecking at it. Let's see, there's a little rub out there. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I didn't go this way last time. Last time I went, last time I come through from there where we found the Coke bottle, and I went way off that way. I'm gonna come down here and look around. And I'm gonna cut this off. Look at that tree. It grew out sideways and then started going up. Kind of weird. Well, I hope I'm not boring y'all too bad with these videos. I hope y'all are kind of maybe learning something about tracking deer. Hopefully those of you who can't get out and do stuff are enjoying these. I know they're long. I'm actually trying to edit the long ones so they're not quite as long, but there's another old rub. I know it's hard to see because it's so dark out here right now. There's no sun, but I think I'm gonna head back, try and find another spot to look around. I'm not even really seeing any tracks right here in the mud. Well, there's a couple, but they look pretty small. I'm looking for the big boy. Anyway, I hope y'all are getting something out of these videos, because while we may not find some antlers every time we come out, or at all, I mean, I don't know. Still got several more good weeks of doing this, hopefully. Even if we don't find anything, you know, hopefully it'll teach you just to keep going, you know. Don't give up just because you hit a brick wall. And this is part of hunting, whether you're hunting an animal or you're hunting antler sheds or treasure hunting or whatever. Patience, and just keep going, and eventually, hopefully, it'll pay off. Really rubbed the heck out of that one. Like I said on the last video, I may not find anything but a little measly spike or 2 to 4 point buck or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Something a little rinky dink, but it's still gonna be awesome to me, because I put in the time and the effort to come out here and do it, and that'll be some good payoff. Doesn't have to be a trophy buck. Here's another spot right here. I mean, that's a good area rubbed off, so I'm guessing he's pretty good size deer. Alright, I'm up on top of a hill. Ton of acorns and stuff around, lots of scrapes. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but this spot right here, all the leaves are kind of matted down. See, everything's all fluffy, and that's matted down right here. Then they're all fluffy again. Something laid right here. Something slept here last night. I'm guessing there was a deer laying there all curled up. It's pretty cool. Like I said, there's a lot of activity up here. Lots of briars that are eaten down, lots of scrapes. Not seeing any rubs, but that's pretty cool with the leaves all mashed down like that, because it doesn't look like that anywhere else. This was like, that was where something slept last night. Alright, I thought I'd take a break and sit down, drink some water, get rehydrated. As you can see, I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere right now. But I still know where I am. I'm not far from the trail actually, but it's still way out in the park. And I'm heading to another spot where I know there's a lot of deer rubs and look like pretty good sized bucks moving around in that area pretty regularly. Excuse me. So, but all this, where I'm at right now, you can see all the tree falls behind me. It's just a tangled mess of stuff they get their antlers caught on, and there's all kinds of scrapes and chewed up acorns everywhere. So I was really hoping I'd luck out and find something through here. Oh, excuse me. I'll sit down and start getting tired. But pretty much been hiking since I got here about, what, 9-ish. And I was about 2 hours behind schedule. But that's what happens when you work a 12-hour swing shift and you're still trying to get used to getting your sleep on a certain schedule. So I didn't get in bed till like 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning. And I wanted to go to bed about like 11, so I get a good 5-6 hours sleep and get up, but that didn't work. But I'm used to going on no sleep. That's pretty much how I operate most days. But anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and hydrate, and then we'll take off that way. If we don't find anything out that way, then we'll head back and hit the road and go down, check the fields, because after all that rain yesterday, maybe there'll be some new spear points or whatever. Sorry, it's a weird looking bug. Some new spear points or something show up, some hammerstones. So we'll get something out of the day. Like I say, it's going to be a 2-part day of adventure, whatever you want to call it, but I just really want to find a shed. All I've ever found are old ones from years prior that are chewed up by squirrels, or found them on the skull of a deer that's been sitting out there for a year or two. I want to find a fresh, nice drop pair. Well, not even a pair, I just want one. It's not too much to ask. But anyway, I gotta tell you, this backpack has come in handy. Sorry about that. I'll do a review maybe on that. Not a very cheap pack, but it's very comfortable. And I got a ton of crap in there, and it feels heavy when you pick it up, but you put it on your shoulders, you don't even feel it. I mean, I'm 40 and out of shape, and I've been lugging that thing around all morning, and my back's not hurting or anything. So it's actually a pretty good pack. I'm really happy with it. So anyway, I don't want to sit here too long. I'm going to start getting tired. And that's just squirrels. I don't know if y'all can hear those tree frogs. They're back over that way. But that's the only tree frogs around here for this area, right where I'm at. So if I was to get lost, they're right on the trail. They're like way over there, about 100 yards or so. And there's a little low area with a lot of water runoff. And since it rained yesterday, it's probably full. And so I know if I hear the tree frogs, I know which way to go. But I'm not going to get lost. But anyway, get off here and quit yakking. Let's go find something. It looks like I found another spring. thought it was going to be just water runoff, but as you can see, there's nothing up here. It just starts right here. There's a lot of leaves kind of covering it, but you can kind of see the water moving right there. So it's coming out of the ground right here. Yeah, it's somewhere right up under all them leaves. It's bubbling out of the ground. That's cool. That could explain why I found that arrowhead out here. Because let's see, the old trail we were on's up on that ridge, and I found that arrowhead way back down there, and there's no telling how far this goes. That's cool. I'll just kind of skirt along this thing for a while, and then I'll probably get down there and kick back up the hill back to the trail, connect back up. Actually, look here. There's a couple of rubs right there. There are a lot of deer trails in and off this hill, so they're probably coming down here and get drinks. That's good for us. Alright, keep at it. Alright, that little spring is down over that ridge. That looks like a Bigfoot tree structure. But here's a rub. And that's kind of fresher looking. I mean, it hadn't even really... There's still little pieces hanging on it. Ain't dried up and rotted away yet. But there's all kinds of stirred up leaves and stuff. There's been a lot of animal activity right in here. And with the water source down there, and apparently Bigfoot protecting you here, it's a pretty good spot. So we'll keep looking. Alright, another reason you gotta keep your eyes open. That barbed wire. So this is probably some of that barbed wire we found before, because it was up somewhere up in there. Up over that way, I think. So we kind of made a big, huge circle around, but I was so busy looking at the water I didn't even see the barbed wire. So you gotta really be careful, especially when it's rusted over. Can't really see it too well, and that could be bad. Or when it's like that, down in the grass and the leaves. But this isn't somebody's property line anymore. This is all owned by the park now. So this probably belonged to whoever owned property out here and had that still. It's pretty cool though. A little bit more history. I'm curious about this creek because there's a lot of rock in it, and it's fed by springs. There's a piece of barbed wire way over here. Not really. Okay, it's wrapping back around the tree. But anyway, this creek area is fed by springs. And that spring's probably been here for quite a while. There's a nice deer. Where the deer come down, and then they come up this side right here. But what I'm trying to say is this would be a good spot for Native Americans to have camped in this area, because there's fresh water, which is, like I say, back over that way is where I found that arrowhead. So got all kinds of different posts. There's a square post. Then a lot of the other ones look like they're just hand hewn out of trees. That's an old tree. It's cool. Alright, I'm gonna get off of here and head back to the main road and get ready to get out of here. Go hunt some artifacts. It's supposed to be nicer weather today. Sorry about that, guys. Just whacked y'all with a tree branch. But it ain't looking like it. We'll see where that... I don't see any more barbed wire out here. I guess it goes back straight across that way. I think I might see some of it. There's a road bed right there. That may very well be the fire road I came in on. Should be. Man, those are some old trees. God. You can actually hear somebody's car horn. Alright. I'm gonna head up to that road bed and make sure this is the right one, and watch out for barbed wire coming back through here. Just follow the deer trail. I doubt they're gonna walk through barbed wire. Ow. Oh yeah, okay, I know where I am. This isn't a road bed. This is let's see, that time we came down and found that barbed wire was like right over here somewhere. And I stepped down because I thought it'd be like a brick wall or something, or a stone wall, but it wasn't. And the road's right up here. Yeah, so now I gotta keep my eye out for the barbed wire. All right, cool. Cool. Don't worry, they're not looking for me. Now that's a well-worn trail. I know y'all can see that one. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll keep looking on the way out. Maybe we'll find something, but found a cool bottle, found 2 springs, showed y'all the liquor still. I'd say all in all, it's been a pretty productive trip out here. I mean, I had a lot of fun, and hopefully y'all did too. All right, I'll see y'all at the fields.